It's finally here. I am officially in the 3rd trimester with baby girl. This is my 2nd baby. Today I am 29 and 1 weeks, and this will be my 28-week bump date, I think is what they call it. Basically just an update of pregnancy up until this point. I figured I would share some of my favorite products that I've been using throughout the pregnancy to this point, and some of the items that I've bought for this little girl. I guess I'll just give you a brief update of my pregnancy up until this point. I kind of did like a 20-week update with the gender reveal video that I think was the last one that we'll have posted before this one. Like 2 videos before this one. When you hit typically the beginning of your 3rd trimester, you do your glucose tolerance test. Oftentimes your provider will do like a 1-hour tolerance test, and then if you fail that one or you don't pass that one, it's a pass-fail. If you fail that one, then they'll go to a 3-hour glucose tolerance test, and if you fail that one, then you are then officially diagnosed with gestational diabetes. Sometimes they want to put you on prescription medication for it to kind of keep your sugars down. Sometimes it's insulin, sometimes it's an oral med, other times it is just managing and monitoring your blood sugars and seeing the things that you eat and how it may affect your blood sugar, and if you're able to keep it in a normal range with just that, then medication may not be needed. So that was the big thing, like at the end of the 2nd trimester, beginning of the 3rd, to do that test. I'm not sure if I've shared in other videos. I don't know if many people are going to watch this that don't know me personally, but I am a registered nurse. I'm a labor and delivery nurse specialty. So pregnancy and giving birth, the labor process, maternal health, newborn, all that stuff is all in my wheelhouse. It is a little bit different when you go and experience it yourself. Ironically, I was labor nurse with my son. He's almost 4. But I feel more prepared with this one than I did with him, but I'm still a labor nurse, and it just goes with more research, more experience, more personal experience, and then just more experience in the field too. So it's been interesting with this pregnancy, the little bit of differences between pregnancy with my son and then with her. Back to the glucose tolerance test. So with him, I was diagnosed gestational diabetic. My physician, my obstetrician in California, where I was living at the time, only did the 3-hour test. So she didn't even go for the 1 hour. Everyone just took the 3-hour test, which I can kind of appreciate because the drink is really nasty. If you've ever been pregnant and you've taken the test and you drink the drink, it tastes like flat, super, super, super sweet soda. With him, it was like a Sprite, like a clear kind of soda. With her, it's been an orange soda, and I know that another flavor is like the Kool-Aid, like fruit punch flavor. I've never had that, but the Sprite one and the orange one is just extra sugary, really, really flat soda, no carbonation at all. And when you do the 1 hour, it's 50 grams of sugar, I believe. When you do the 3-hour, it's 100 grams of sugar, and the bottle's only about this big. I'm not sure the milliliters of the bottle, but you only have like 5 minutes to drink it, and so you just have to like power through this super sugary, super flat, not good tasting drink, and it is not a pleasant experience. So with Barrett, I did the 3-hour test with him. They take your fasting blood sugar, then they do another blood draw at 1 hour after finishing the drink, and then they take another one at 2 hours and another one at the 3rd hour. So it's a total of 4 blood draws for the 3-hour glucose tolerance test. And for Barrett, I passed the 1, the 2, and the 3, but my fasting was slightly elevated. And so my physician there in California decided that she still was going to classify me as gestational diabetic. So she prescribed me an oral medication called glyburide. I was on a very small dose, and it actually really affected my blood sugar to the point where it would go too low. He actually took me off of my oral medication for GDM. And so by 36 weeks, I was already off of my oral meds and just continued to take my sugar and monitor my diet. And I was fine. My fasting was always a little bit elevated by a few points, but my postprandials, which is the sugar that you take after you eat, taking your blood sugar after you eat, was always within normal limits. So that was with Barrett. Now with this pregnancy, because I've had gestational diabetes or was diagnosed with gestational diabetes in the past, my physician here in Texas wanted me to do the glucose tolerance test twice. So once in the second trimester, I think I was like 13 weeks. And then if I passed that, then I had to do it a second time in the third trimester. The one in the second trimester, I was a little nervous, but I did the test, and she does the 1 hour, and then if you fail that, then you do the 3 hours. So I did the 1 hour in the second trimester, and I passed, no problem. So I was like, whew, I got another few months to just like live my life and not really think about it, but just be conscientious of it. And if you know me personally, like, I love sweets, and of course I seem to be pregnant around the holidays, which is the time frame where the most non-nutritious food is available to you. And I'm all about the sweets and the cookies and the brownies and all of that. Yeah. I was preparing to take the glucose tolerance test again. I did the 1 hour and I failed the 1 hour. And I failed it hard. So I went in and scheduled to take the 3 hour test. I failed that one. I failed the 3 hour. I failed my fasting. My fasting sugar was elevated, and then my 1 hour sugar was very elevated. I failed that hardcore. My second one was normal, and then my 3 hour lab draw was actually very low, like abnormally low. It dropped really far. And so the criteria to be diagnosed with gestational diabetes, for the 3 hour test, you need to fail 2 out of the 4 lab draws in that time frame. So I failed the fasting and I failed the 1 hour. So diagnosed with gestational diabetes. Yay! Now I'm in the process of getting all of my stuff that I need, my glucometer, my lancets to poke my finger, and the test strips, and I'll have to keep track of all of my sugars and how much or what exactly I'm eating, and then what my value is, my blood sugar is afterwards, then decide with my provider if it'll be worth it to go on medication this time or not. So, but like I said, like a part of it, a huge component is genetics, and my dad is type 2 diabetic. If you guys are interested, I will share what my log looks like, how it's set up. So I'm gonna have to keep track of my sugars and what all I eat and how it affects my blood sugar after I eat, and kind of change my diet according to that. And then depending on how that goes, my provider and I will kind of discuss the need for medication if we get to that point. So if you guys are curious of the log that I'm going to take and what I'm eating and what the log itself looks like, I'm planning on making probably something on Canva or something to make it like cute and not so sad when I have to take my blood sugar. But I can certainly share that if that's something that anyone is interested in. That's the biggest update for 28 weeks of pregnancy up until this point. Other big things, I am getting more uncomfortable with sleeping. My last baby, I would get Charlie horses in my calves, and particularly at nighttime it would get so bad and so uncomfortable, and they have started to happen again with this pregnancy. They've responded a little bit better to relief, just like massaging them out, and I've been trying to take or eat like bananas and things like that for the potassium and see if that helps. So that's good. But Charlie horses have begun. Started to feel a little more heartburn, which is not fun, and I didn't go grab it, but that's one of the things that has been something that's been a lifesaver is my Lanta. It's over the counter, has worked really well for me for heartburn for my first pregnancy, and with this one on occasion. It's just once a day that you take it, and it's the only thing that worked with Barrett when I was pregnant with him, so I always recommend that to pregnant mamas to try. Oh, sleeping wise, this big thing behind me is my pregnancy pillow. A coworker of mine actually gave me her old pillow, and then I bought this cover on Amazon, and I didn't have a pregnancy pillow with Barrett, and I regretted that. I wish I had a pregnancy pillow with him. I just was not in the budget, and I didn't splurge for it, and when my coworker offered this, I jumped at the chance and just got a new cover for it, and it has been a lifesaver. Definitely recommend a pregnancy pillow. Just bite the bullet and buy it, or maybe ask a family member if they're asking if there's anything they can gift you for your pregnancy pillow. So that's something that I've been really liking. The other major thing is having to go to the bathroom several times throughout the night, and I am more out of breath, which you could probably tell in this video. All normal parts of pregnancy, but the joys of pregnancy. I think that's probably the major stuff update up until this point of pregnancy that I wanted to share. My other favorite things so far. Well, first, I guess what I'll talk about are my prenatal vitamins. Now, prenatal vitamins are something that is very specific to the person. I honestly just would go for like the generic over-the-counter prenatal vitamin. That's what I did with Barrett, and it was totally fine for me. I usually would take them with a meal, so either like in the afternoon or at the evening time, like after supper, just because then I was less likely to have like an upset stomach, because prenatal vitamins are usually like a big horse pill. Unless you get the gummies, which if you get gummy prenatal vitamins, look at the dosing, because oftentimes it's like 2 or 3 gummies is 1 dose a day. So keep that in mind, and those are usually more expensive. But this time I tried this one. I just purchased it off Amazon. It's Pink Stork Total Prenatal plus DHA. They're 60 vegetarian capsules if that's important to you, and I really like these. They've been working well for me. They haven't made me nauseous or anything like that. Let's see. Made without GMOs, gluten, wheat, sugar, flavors, dyes, animal products, preservatives, fish, shellfish, soy, tree nuts, peanuts, dairy. So it's pretty like basic vitamin, but without all of the stuff that could potentially cause an issue if you're sensitive to any of those things. And it's a woman-owned company, so I kind of like that. So I just get them on Amazon, but I've been really liking these. And moving on to the next supplement, I guess, is this Axis Prebiotic. So this is a pre, pro, and postbiotic. I took this even prior to pregnancy, but with pregnancy, man, does it help with like gas and constipation and stuff like that. I don't know if you can see it. It's just like little beads. 1 scoop a day is the dosing for it. I would mix it in yogurt or oatmeal, anything like that, a smoothie, or you can take it shot, which I don't really recommend though, because they don't have a taste, but just the consistency is like harder to swallow that way. It's best if you mix it into something like oatmeal or yogurt or smoothie. But it helps reinforce healthy gut function, immune response, and overall wellness with a bioactive microbiome matrix. So, like I said, it's a pre, pro, and postbiotic, and man, does it help your gut. So I love this stuff. I try and take it once a day. I'm not very vigilant with it as I should be, but I do notice a difference when I am taking it regularly. Next supplement, and the last supplement that I have really, is this. It's liquid Biocell. It's a liquid collagen. This one's the Life. This is the one, see, Pure and Life are the ones that are safe for pregnancy. But essentially it's liquid collagen with hyaluronic acid in it, and it improves joint mobility, lubrication, of your joints, supports cardiovascular health, improves skin's hydration, firmness, and tone. And the dosing on this is 2 tablespoons a day. This isn't the cheapest product in the world, but I really recommend it. Was taking this before I was pregnant and then have continued to take it while pregnant. I have really bad knees. I've had knee surgery in the past. I'm almost bone on one knee. I've been in several car accidents, so my back isn't the best, and with my job being very labor intensive, moving patients that are epiduralized, so they're like dead leg and they're hard to move and they're pregnant. Back injury rate is really high for labor nurses, and while pregnant especially, not just for joint health, but with your skin stretching to accommodate and your muscles are stretching, your ligaments are stretching, this is a great supplement to kind of add during pregnancy and in general, but especially with pregnancy during those changes. And I have noticed this time with this baby, ironically, I am heavier. I weigh more with this baby than I did with Barrett. My starting weight was heavier. I feel less strain on my ligaments, like my round ligaments and my back and things like that. Certainly at the end of a 12-hour shift, I'm heavy, like I feel heavy. My belly feels heavy, but not like with Barrett. With Barrett, I was like incapacitated and I needed to be taken out of work by, I think I went out at like 34 weeks. And I don't feel like I'll have to do that with this baby. And I think a large part is with the collagen. It's really supporting my ligaments and my joints and just overall skin and wellness and stuff. So definitely recommend this. I'll leave links to this stuff down below if you're curious or want to try them out yourself. Let's talk about water. So water intake is huge while pregnant because your blood supply increases, your cardiovascular demand increases because you're growing in your life, and you have increased circulation, blood flow, all of that. And then after pregnancy, after you deliver, if you're planning on breastfeeding, you'll hear us say all the time in the hospital, lactation consultants, that milk production is equivalent to your water intake. So if you are dehydrated, your body will not produce milk for your baby. So water intake is huge for many reasons. That, preventing UTI, making sure you're overall hydrated. I mean, you need your water. Drink your water. Lots and lots of water. So I recommend getting a Yeti. I live in Texas. My son put stickers all over it. So especially it gets hot. On hotter days, this will keep your drink nice and cold. I drink more with like ice cold water than I do any other kind, lukewarm or kind of cold water. I like my water like cold. And so I definitely recommend a Yeti or something similar, like that's like double insulated. Anything that would entice you to drink water. With my first pregnancy with Barrett, I got a water bottle on Amazon, which I do still recommend to first-time moms, just because it's kind of fun too. It's just an Nalgene basic water bottle, plastic water bottle, and it had times on the side that was like 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., like times of the day, several columns, and basically it was encouraging you to drink to that point by that hour of the day, so that kind of helped you keep on track with your water intake. Then on the other side of the water bottle, it had little squares and it came with stickers, and you could put your due date on one sticker, and then every week it was a measurement of the baby. It would tell you like the food size, the approximate weight of the baby, you know how they equate like the size of a pumpkin or the size of an acorn or whatever. Kind of fun because like as you progress your pregnancy, you put a new sticker on and it's just encouraging. It's like a visual of how much longer you have, and then throughout the day it actually gives you like goals, like you should be drinking up to this point, down to this line at this time of the day. So I recommend that too. I'll try and remember to link that below. That's good. All right. Next thing. The next few things are kind of like part of my nighttime routine, I guess you could say. So after I take a shower, again, I used this before I was pregnant, but now I more concentrate on my belly. After I take a shower and I before I get dressed and put my pajamas on. I'll use this. It's the Cell Proof Body Firming Foam. It also has collagen and hyaluronic acid in it. It's a legit foam. I'll try and put some on my, I don't know if you can see that just a little bit. It smells like a spa. It smells really good. I'm just putting this on my hands because I don't want to show my belly. But it's a foam, and you do a couple pumps, and depending on what area you're using, you may need more foam than others. But it really helps with elasticity of your skin because it has the collagen and hyaluronic acid. It helps with scars. It helps with stretch marks. It helps with discoloration. So all the things that you kind of experience while you're pregnant, especially on your belly and maybe like the sides of your breasts. And like your thighs and inner thighs, I use it in those areas as well. Notice a huge improvement with this, and also just preventative in general. I don't use this as my sole moisturizer, not meant to moisturize, but I use this and then I'll moisturize my belly with like a cocoa butter, or I think I have like a Nivea lotion at the bedside. So, but I definitely recommend this. Now, I'm somebody that without a doubt will always get stretch marks. It's genetic. I will always get stretch marks. That's just how it is. I've noticed my existing stretch marks from my first pregnancy were significantly lighter and less noticeable, and then with this baby I don't notice any new ones, which could just be because second baby and I've already stretched. But anyways, I recommend it. Definitely look into this. My next thing that I wanted to talk about is a sound machine. I don't have a separate sound machine next to my bedside. Eventually I probably will once she gets here. What I was saying was the sound machine, try and show you guys the app that I use. It's free. There's several sounds you can choose from on it. It's one that's kind of sounds like crickets, a similar sound that we use for my son to sleep at night. My husband doesn't like the idea of just like straight white noise, so we use that. But I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it's that top left one. It's pink. It says white noise. But I recommend some sort of sound machine. It just kind of helps drown things out and ease you to sleep. So I recommend something like that if you can find it. Alright, and then the next like nighttime thing that I guess I use that I would really recommend, that I've been loving with pregnancy. I bought this before pregnancy, but sweet Jesus, man, do I love it with pregnancy. I've reached a point in pregnancy, and you kind of, I would waver off and on even early pregnancy when you're more like bloated and not like pregnant, where you don't want anything on your belly. And if you do, you want it like above your belly or like nothing at all. Like you want to wear dresses and definitely not tight pants, like jeans or anything like that. And so I typically am like a t-shirt and chonies kind of girl, or t-shirt and pajama pants. Rarely would wear nightgowns, but through a lot of people talking about these, I bought some. I bought 2 of them. It's the Stars Above nightgowns that button all the way down. Stars Above. This is a size large. There's feathers all over mine, but it looks like this. So it buttons all the way down. They are buttery soft. So soft. They don't cling to you. They breathe. They're so nice. So I have 2 that I bought pre-pregnancy. I bought them in a size large just because, again, I wanted a little extra room. Probably could have done medium, but I went for a large. And then I actually just purchased 2 more that are extra large because I know this belly is going to get even bigger. And right now it's like almost to the point where it might start popping some buttons. So the extra large will come in handy. But a couple of these, probably 2 of these, will come with me to the hospital when I deliver. And I cannot recommend these enough. Like if you are at the point in pregnancy you don't want to wear pants and you're hot and then you're cold and then you're hot and then you're cold, like this is just highly recommend you get this nightgown. Highly recommend. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm wearing them so I can't show you them, but I have the blanky, I think is how you say it, BLANQI leggings. I bought one pair when I was pregnant with Barrett, and I still have them, and I think these are the ones that I'm actually wearing today. And then I bought one more new pair for this pregnancy, and I really like them. I really enjoy them. They go all the way high above the bump, which I prefer. Again, I don't want anything underneath it. I want that like support and a little bit of compression just to kind of help that belly feel a little more supported. But they're very comfortable. They do have some compression, so you know it's going to take you a little bit to put them on. They don't just come right on, but I really like them. They're probably my favorite pregnancy leggings. They're a little bit pricey, which is why I bought the ones for this pregnancy during Black Friday before I even really needed them, because they're not cheap, but I really like them. So I recommend those leggings if you haven't found ones that you like already. The other thing that I want to share for me that I really like are these rings. So my wedding rings no longer fit me. My fingers normally swell with pregnancy, and these ones are super pretty. They're fake, obviously, but they're very lightweight. They are sterling silver, and I think they're just CZ, but they're pretty good quality. I wear them with everything. I wear them to work with hand sanitizer. I'll even wear them in the shower. I'll clean them occasionally, but they held up well. But I still like having like jewelry on. I have like the silicone rings. I just like the idea of actual jewelry on. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I still want to feel like myself. I don't want to just feel like frumpy, I guess. I don't know. So I really like them. They're very affordable. I'll link them below. But if you are like me and you want to change it up, and this is a different like style stone than my actual wedding ring too, so it's kind of fun to have something a little bit different but still have something nice to symbolize your marriage. So I wanted to mention that as well. The other thing for nighttime is I do have right here, I just use like the Lip Medics from Blistex. Every night I put this on and lotion my hands and do like my whole belly and all that stuff. But this stuff, it's essentially Vaseline. My husband doesn't care for this because he doesn't like the scent and how it feels on his lips, like when we kiss and stuff. But when I'm getting ready to go to bed, I'll put that on. And especially with the weather we've been having, where it's getting super cold and then a hot day, like moisturizing the lips is important. So I've been using that. Pregnancy tracker apps are awesome. There's so many out there. Now's the time to maybe look into like a contraction timer app if you don't already have one, to just kind of prepare if you think you're going into labor, to kind of track your contractions of how far apart they are and how long they last and things like that. As far as like the pregnancy tracker apps, I think I have like What to Expect app, Baby Center app. I think I have a few others too. I don't know off the top of my head. But there's lots out there, and those are kind of fun because they'll tell you like videos every week of the development of your baby, the things that they can do, like when they can hear sounds and stuff like that. So it's kind of fun, especially for your first baby, and to kind of do with your partner to kind of help them get connected to the baby as well. Ooh, one last thing, I think this is the last thing for me, is compression socks. So being a nurse, I'm on my feet for a minimum of 12 hours a day, and I don't really wear them at home because I can kind of take frequent rest periods, but when I'm at work and those longer hours, I wear compression socks. There's so many on the market. Amazon it. I won't even link the ones that I have because there's just so many you can choose from. You can go to Walmart and get some, order them on Amazon. You can find them at any store. But compression socks that go up to the knee, like through your whole calf, is ideal, at least up to that point. That's really going to help with circulation and the swelling that can occur with pregnancy. So definitely recommend compression socks. Okay, so now I guess I have one more thing that's for me. I haven't even opened it yet out of the package, so I need to wash it. Ooh, it's so pretty. I splurged and got another gown or a robe I should say. May get one more robe, just kind of depending. I won't completely unravel it yet. But it's super soft. This one is from Milkmaid Goods, I think. That's where I got it. Yeah. Isn't that pretty? Like olive branches. So this is the one that I got. They were having, when I ordered it, they were having a promotion where you got a free swaddle with it as well. Oh, I love this swaddle. When you are buying swaddles for your newborn, get swaddles like this that are super stretchy, big, and soft. Oh, it's so soft. These haven't even been washed yet. Because these are just by far the best to swaddle, especially if you have bigger children. My son was 8 pounds and 14 ounces. She's measuring smaller on ultrasound and with my fundal height, my height of my belly, which girls are normally a little bit smaller, but swaddles are not one size fits all. Get one that's stretchy like this. They can still move a little bit and push against the swaddle. It's not too rough on their skin, but you can get a nice good wrap on them. So I got these for the hospital, so if we wanted to take pictures, I thought that would be really cute. I would like to get like a turban or a headband or something for her to wear too. Ooh, she's kicking me. So that was the last thing for me and kind of the start of something for her. This was the first thing that we got for her that good friends of ours purchased off of our registry. It's Little Sleepies brand, which is like a boutique, also super soft. I love that it has like the fold over mittens, and then same thing for the feet, so you're not going to lose the socks. The other thing that I love about this onesie that not all onesies have, especially sleepers, is it has a zipper on the top and it has a zipper on the bottom, so when you're changing their diaper you don't have to unzip them all the way. You can just unzip from the bottom and change their diaper. So I really like this. This was our first like gift, first thing for baby girl. Obviously I haven't washed any of this stuff, but we still got plenty of time. This I just picked up today at Home Goods. I had never seen Jessica Simpson's brand, but apparently she has her own baby brand, and I thought this was so cute. She won't be needing this or wearing this for some time because it's 6 to 9 months, or I guess it was TJ Maxx that I got it, but the price is $25 and I got it for $8. So definitely a steal. It came with this little headband, which I thought was cute, that matches. And I just love like the ruffles. I'm not a very like pink girly girl kind of girl or mom, but I kind of like this like muted blush pink. It is a little girly, and I know the other one had pink on it too, but who knows, maybe I'll turn more into a pink mom. And then I also got this at TJ Maxx as well. It came with a headband too. This one's 0 to 3 months, which I love. It has feet on it, but it doesn't have mittens. This one, it says the retail price was $20 and I paid $8. So I thought this was really cute too, with like the hearts and the rainbows. I just thought it was really sweet. So those are the outfits that I have for baby girl that are just girl outfits. I have a few that I saved from Bear that are kind of gender neutral, but only those 3. Those are the only 3 that I've bought for her in the swaddle. And then this is the last thing that I bought. I got this at TJ Maxx too today. Super pretty. This is kind of like the vibe I'm gonna go for our nursery / our guest room, is like relaxation, like calming, pastel colors, muted colors. I really like the leaves like you saw with like the olive green and stuff like that. But this one's reversible, so it's a big circle, it's a play mat. And on the back side it looks like this. So I thought that was really cute. So this is originally, it says compare at $25 and I bought it for $16.99. So I love it. Well, that I think is pretty much all. I think that's all I have for today. But I just wanted to share those few items that I've been loving and the few things I've bought for her so far, and kind of update you guys on pregnancy. We don't have a name yet, so stay tuned on that. But that's it for me. In another video, I will go over like names that we like but won't be using. So if that's something that you're curious about, I will share those. And then I'll also make sure I'll try and link everything that I have, minus the stuff from TJ Maxx, because I don't know if I'll be able to link that. But I'll try and link all the things that I mentioned down below if you're interested. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.